Hey friends, I'm Taylor and this is my book talk. Today I have an exciting video. I'm going to share all the books that I've hauled during the Christmas season and the end of the year. I'm excited to read these in 2023 and super excited to share them with you. So they're in no particular order, I just have stacks, I'm just going to grab them. So let me go ahead and say ahead of time that most of these were a gift. I didn't purchase them with my own money, and I'm so blessed to have family and friends that want to help my passion like this. So, one of the goals I have for myself for 2023 is to read a classic a month. I never really read classics growing up, and I feel like it's really important as a reader to have that knowledge and be able to reference these classic books that have changed so much in people's lives. So I'm really excited to do that. So there are some classics in this haul, but they're mixed in with everything else. So like I said, it's going to be a random order, okay? But the first one is a classic, and I got Persuasion by Jane Austen. And I feel like with Jane Austen, everybody knows really these books, but I never knew how short they were. And I'm pretty excited to read her works. I didn't realize that she was so young when she wrote these. That's really inspiring because, you know, when you're younger, you think that you're just too young to do anything, and it's not true because some of these writers were so young when they wrote it. And so I'm really excited to dive into this world with Jane Austen and all her books. I actually haven't watched any of these movies either, so I think it'll be fun to read the book and then watch the movie. There's also a lot of number one in a series because there's series I want to try, but I don't want to buy the whole series if I'm not going to like it. So you're going to see a lot of first of series too. Like this one is Jade City. I'm really craving like a dystopian, end of the world, sci-fi type book. And so I have a couple that I'm trying out to see if that gives me the feel I'm looking for. I know this is kind of that, but it's also about some siblings, and I have 4. I'm the oldest of 4, so I thought that this would be fun. I really like the cover. It looks like something that I would like just because I like green, and I don't really know. I don't know much about this book at all. But first, I also have Jane Austen's Emma. This is probably the first Jane Austen book I'll read. I think it's her first book she wrote too, so I'm excited to read it. Just the back of it is so interesting to me. I like that they call women handsome back then too. And I like how they talked. I like how beautiful their words were. So I'm excited to read this one. I also got Sally Rooney's Normal People because I've heard that you either love Sally Rooney or you don't like her writing at all. And I've heard that it's also kind of quirky, but I feel like I'm kind of quirky, so I'm really excited to read it and hopefully really vibe with her kind of writing and all her differences she has. Normal People is the one I picked out from her. I heard that it is really relatable, and it talks a lot about relationships and, you know, just life in general. And so I'm really excited about this one. It's also really short, which makes me excited. So I got this one. I've got Robin Crusoe. Probably not saying that. Robinson Crusoe. I really like survival TV shows and stuff like that, and video games because I'm that person. And so I really think that this one is going to be like stuck on an island trying to survive, and I love that vibe. Like, I wish I could get into a series that was just like a million books of somebody being stuck on an island and surviving, because it's so interesting to me. But so I've got this one, and then I have Oliver Twist. And on the back, the first thing it says is Please, sir, I want some more. And I honestly thought that was from Shrek when, Puss in Boots says that. So obviously, I am out of touch with the classics and really need to catch up. I also have two of the Darker Shades of Magic series. I have the first one and the third one. The second one, I had to order, and I think they called yesterday and said it was in, so I'm excited to go grab it. I did want all three of these because I really feel like I'm going to enjoy this, and it feels like a bingeable series, and I don't want to have to wait to get the second one, if that makes sense. So I'm pretty excited about this series. I've been really wanting to get into V.E. Schwab, so I got The Bear and the Nightingale. I was super excited about this one. It just looks like such a feel-good, like warm book. I really don't know much about it. I say it feels like a feel-good, warm book, and the thing says, full of magic, monsters, and the sharp edges of growing up. Like, that sounds so fun. I'm super excited to read this one. It's also really floppy and has a really cool texture to it. So it's going to be fun to read, I think. I got One True Loves by Kristen Hanna. Or not by Kristen Hanna, I'm sorry, by Taylor Jenkins Reid. And I'm really excited about this one because it's giving me like Pearl Harbor vibes. And I loved Pearl Harbor and wanted to marry Josh Hartnett. So, yeah, I'm really excited about this one. Like, one of the things on here says, this is not a spoiler. Love wins. Like, yes, this is totally my book. A twisted quest for love turns out twice as nice. Entertaining and unpredictable, a breathtaking new love story about a woman who unexpectedly is forced to choose between the husband she has long thought dead and the fiancé who brought her back to life. I'm so excited. I might start this one today. Like, super excited about this one. Kristen Hanna is one of my favorite authors. I actually don't know anything about this book, but it's from her. It's called Angel Falls. It's absolutely a gorgeous cover. Like, look how beautiful that is. I have no idea if you guys can see these books. I might record this whole video and be out of frame. I have no idea. Usually I have my daughter doing the gear work behind, but she is playing with her dolls currently. So, let's see. Okay, so I think kind of what this is about is our character Michaela. We're going to call her Michaela. She falls into a coma, and it's basically her husband trying to save her and learning things that he didn't know happened while she's still in this coma. And even though science says one thing, he's trying to prove that there's a chance of another, which is really, really heartbreaking. I just left the medical field, so this one I feel like is really going to hit home for me, and I'm really excited. Plus, Kristen Hanna is an amazing writer and breaks my heart every time I read her books, so I love her. I got After I Do by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I'm so excited to read about a marriage. Like, I'm so excited to read about real life, hard, raw, real life stuff, because like, it's really fun to read about beginners and, like, the beginning of love stories and how they're so great and they finally get together. I love reading those. But I feel like the true love story is when, 10 years later and 2 kids and stomach viruses and ball and gymnastics and life hits you and you're still together and you're still trying. I feel like that is the love story. And so I'm really excited to read about a book about marriage and about how it's hard and it's not easy. And sometimes love is, you always want love to make it enough. And sometimes love is hard. And sometimes love takes more than you have. And I'm really excited to read a book about marriage. In fact, if you guys know more books about people who are in marriage and living like everyday life, please tell me. I'm happily married and have been together with my husband for 12 years. But, you know, it's not, when you say you're happily married, it doesn't mean that you're like always happy 100% of the time and there's no problems in your marriage, because being married is hard. I mean, it doesn't matter how much you love somebody. Being married is hard because that is your person that you have to make all your decisions for the rest of your life with. And I really am in the stage where that is the kind of books I'd really like to read about. So if you guys have any recommendations for that, please leave it below. I got the Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. It's the best man and the maid of honor. They don't like each other, but the wedding party is all sick, and so the bride and groom can't take their honeymoon. So these two have to, you know, pretend to be this happy married couple, even though they don't like each other, and they have to go on this honeymoon. So it doesn't go to waste, right? And I'm really excited to read this one. I want to curl up in a nice warm blanket and laugh for hours. That's what I want to do. I got Red Rising. I don't know what is so appealing to me about this series, but I just feel drawn to it. Like, I just have to read it. And so I'm really excited to have it. I didn't buy the other two books, but I feel like I need to, because I feel like I'm going to love this book. And I don't know anything about it. His wife is taken, his people enslaved. Driven by a longing for justice and the memory of lost love, Darrow will stop at nothing to bring down his enemies, even if he must become one of them to do so. So good. I can't wait to read this one. I'm so excited. I wish I could read 17 books at one time, because I'm just so pumped up about all these books. I got Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. I'm pretty sure everybody knows what this one is about, but I've never read it, and it is the same edition as my other one, so I was excited to get it. I just think it's a really beautiful cover. Sorry if you hear my kids in the background. They are playing Minecraft and getting really excited about it. This is A River Enchanted, and to be honest, this was a gift, and I don't know anything about it. It's a vivid fantasy that is impossible to put down. Done. I'm in. A River Enchanted feels like the echo of a folktale from a world next to your own. It sounds so cool. And it's a beautiful cover, so I'm super excited to read this. I've never read anything from Rebecca Ross either. So, pumped up about this one. Book lovers, because I can't have a book haul and not have book lovers. Like, I've actually never read any Emily Henry books, and from what I hear, you just have to read all her books. And so, this one is about two authors, and I don't really know much more about that. It says, Nora Stevens' life is books. Same. So I'm excited to read it. And this cover is so cute. I love that, like, their suitcases are, like, full of books. Because if I was going somewhere, my suitcase would be full of books. I love it so much. So, and it says, a rom-com lover's dream of a book. Yeah, I'm down. So this is the last book in my haul. It's Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmus. And it's pretty cool. She is a single mom. She works on this cooking show. And basically she's just trying to, you know, beat the status quo. She's trying to show that she can do anything and, like, teach her daughter that. And I'm really excited to read this one. It's got really great reviews. It came out last year. And everybody's just really excited about it. And I think this cover is absolutely beautiful. So I'm really excited about it too. I wonder how many times I said I'm excited or pumped up in this video. Probably way too many. But once again, I wanted to say how blessed I am to have all these books. I'm really excited to put them on my shelves and to start reading them. And if you've read any of these books and you loved them, let me know down below. And if you made it to the end, put a shopping bag emoji, because I went shopping and got shopped for, and I was really excited. So, like and subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you next time. Bye!